Welcome to Talented Minds Media. This is Beyond the Finish Line, Value 1, Midway edition. We have two decorated Midway stars, track stars with us. Montez Moore, a 10-time River State All-Conference jumper. Then we got Jastin Proctor, a two-time River State All-Conference runner. This is some podcast, interview with talk to two different guys about their mental resilience and how they overcame their barriers and challenges throughout their career as track and field stars. Um, so, like I said, we got Montez with us. So, the first question I'm gonna ask you guys is, how has your mental health journey influenced your approach to training and competition in your career so far?
I would say, for me, I'm a calm, level-headed athlete. So when I'm not as calm going into practice or competitions or anything like that, then I know I'm off. Though for me, like a lot of my coaches will say they want me to be angry, stuff like that, but that's just not how I am. Like when I go into a competition, I just want to be as level-headed as possible because I just feel like I'm just great when I'm positive and things like that in that nature.
Then let me ask you before you pass it. So what things you do to keep you level-headed before the match, the jump, whatever?
So like most people, they like listen to music before their meets or whatever. Like I have my AirPods in, but I listen to I go on Apple Music and I listen to motivational speeches. That's my thing. Like the whole car ride to the meets, before the meets, during the meets, when I'm warming up, I listen to motivational speeches. And that's just my thing to keep me calm and composed and things like that. I don't really want to be too edged up. When I'm listening to motivational speeches, it just helps me get in a great mindset and just like hearing people say what you can do and like it just motivates me to actually want to try and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'd say for me, somebody like when I was younger, I was diagnosed with ADHD. So since I was a young age, I've actually delved into my mental health and how it affects me, and I actually use like track and just running to my advantage because I figured out that it like helps me and like the way that I feel throughout the day and things like that. So when it comes to like training and competition, just doing those things, it just boosts me up throughout the day to where like I'm not down and out. Sure. And I said your second question to like what I do like leading up to things like that, I'd say like he said I listen to motivational speeches. Well, me, I listen to music. Like I don't listen to I listen to like some R&B, just some slow, soothing stuff to just keep me calm and things like that. So yeah, that's usually what I do.
Okay, then just keep it. So with that being said, you got the ADHD growing up and whatnot. I might have only been doing track on sure, but so you did all your life essentially. Getting to college, how'd you maintain that pressure? Trying to maintain that high level, then continue to elevate and knowing you got your shit going on mentally.
Yeah, well, I've been an athlete ever since I was younger, and then I have older brothers as well, and those are pretty much like my role models that I look up to. So I'll say those are really like the main people that like really, and then my family and my friends as well. Like just them being around me, it really helps me a lot and things like that, and just keeps me motivated and keep on going for sure.
So same question. So how has you elevated through a high school to get to college, maintaining your status, knowing what you've been recognized for throughout your career at Midway? How do you handle that pressure of being that performer?
Honestly, like this year has been one of my most like positive mindsets I've been in a while because I have last year it transitioned from last year to this year. Well, we started getting coaches that actually cared, and I felt like Coach Clyde and Coach Morris are guys that actually have sat down and like really tried to understand me as a human being versus me just as an athlete. And like also going to therapy and talking to a sports psychologist and stuff like that, it's really helped me this year as well because like coming off my freshman year, I was top 10 in the nation, top 15 in the nation in triple jump. Then going into my sophomore year, COVID happening, my freshman year COVID happened, and going to my sophomore year, just like not knowing if we would actually be able to compete or like parameters and practice and like that, all that like took a mental toll on me in general. And I was just like the past 2 years I've just been like and then finally my junior year, Coach Clyde really just like a guy that really tried to understand me. And that's when Coach Morris as well came in last semester during our junior year. They really understood us and like having like Jamil when we were at Brown, just having like a coach that understands you and really tries to be like family to you is like what really helps you and helps you want to actually compete for them. So that's really what's helped.
Cool, gotcha. So then, it's kind of piggybacking off that, you know, with your influences around you, from specifically with your freshman year, you was freshman of the year, newcomer of the year, the whole nine. Then I don't know what you did, sophomore, junior, COVID year. What was that like? You know, adjusting to 2-3 years of just not same expectations essentially.
It's like, I don't know. I went from being like a rock star, like everything just happening, like boom, 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 Tez, athlete of the week, athlete of the week. At that point, it should have been named after me, like Tez of the week, honestly. But to go from that to like, it was really a humbling experience. It was a really humbling experience. Like I knew, like I was still placing top 3, runner-up, conference champion or whatever, but it was more so I had to actually train. I had to actually focus in. I couldn't come in just like, oh, whoever the competition is, I'm just gonna be off, just me being me. It took a lot. That's what mainly like a mental. It was more so a mental battle, just knowing like, okay, I'm maybe not as good as I am, but I can get there.
Mm-hmm. So, Jastin, can you kind of describe particularly any challenging moments you have had when it came to, you know, your mental health journey and your just performance-wise?
Yeah, I would say it's really, I would say it really affected me like a lot. My freshman year, I was second in the conference in the 60 and things like that. You know, I was doing good. I was in probably the best running shape I've ever been in. And then, you know, COVID happened. And then that year coming back from COVID, I had like a real bad back injury. And the doctors told me that like I shouldn't run track anymore. I should just stop running and jumping and stuff like that. And I'd honestly say that was probably the lowest point I've been in my life, because like I didn't know what to do. I didn't know where to go or do things like that. So just that summer after my sophomore year, I just decided to go home and go talk to my family, my friends and things like that, and just figure out what would be the best route and just let my body rest and just, you know, talk to God and things like that. And miraculously, like I quit having back pains and things like that. So then I decided to come back for my junior year just to see how I do with my body and stuff like that. And ever since then, I'm in my 5th year. I'm getting my MBA, and I've been good now.
For sure. And then kind of going off that. So when you was away from home, trying to figure out what you want to do next, what was like any hobbies, activities, stuff that kept your mind, you know, right? You know, with no sports involved, I know they could adjust, but like, what was the thing that kept you focused, essentially?
Yeah, I'd say a big part would be music. A lot, you know, I've been blessed to have like friends that like introduced it to me, and ever since then I've really just been digging into it, because it's actually helped me through like college and like sports and everything, because, you know, like it gives me like a goal and like just like a mindset to be in of just escape and never to quit on anything that you do. So I would say just being part of music and just, you know, just being out, meeting new people is really been a big thing for real.
One more question. So with the music and sports, what's the, I guess let's say, what's the one that's keeping you up? What's the one that's keeping you late? Is it equal? Is it one more than the other? What's putting you there to prepare you for life outside of sports, essentially?
I say it's pretty equal, honestly, because, you know, with sports, you know, I also use sports as a way to stay in school too, because like for like somebody like me, like I need something to push me to like be able to do something. So being able to do track in college gives me like a way to keep my grades up and things like that. And then music, I use that as a way when I'm away from track and things like that. So I'm not just in my mind all the time. Mm-hmm. So I just use music as a way to just escape, and I just like it for real.
Most definitely. Cool. Then, Tez, what advice would you give to other athletes who may be struggling with like mental health, but are hesitant to seek help?
I would definitely say, like, try to find one of the coaches that really understands you, and like, I wouldn't say tell them their whole problem, but tell them like a little bit and see like where the head is at with it. And if they understand like that little bit of it, then like try to get them to understand the full bit, or even like I don't know. It's really hard for me. Like it really took like probably like 2 years before I could actually open up and say like I struggle with mental problems, like mental problems and performance problems mentally. So like it was really hard. It really took like finding someone. I guess Coach Clyde probably was my first coach I could sit down and actually talk to about it. It was just because he looked like me, like feel me, same background as me, coming from Louisville. So it was just like a comfort zone. Find someone you're comfortable with, that you're able to just sit down and talk to, no judgment and just things like that. Really.
Get to Jastin. Same question. So, what advice would you give to other athletes who may be struggling with their mental health but persist or hesitant to get help or seek help?
Yeah, I'd honestly say I know what I did is when I felt like I was down, I went to a therapist, and going to a therapist is more than just figuring out what's like wrong with you. Like when you talk to like a therapist or somebody that understands you, then like you're able to understand yourself and the things that bother you, and then the things that you can work on and things like that. So I would, if you feel like you need to talk to somebody and you might not be able to find somebody, then I would say maybe a therapist would be one, or just find like another hobby or outlet that just keeps your mind right.
Sure. Cool. And just kind of wrap it all up. The big question is, it says talented minds. Talented minds has a definition that can be up to you. Really what you think a talented mind is. So we have our definition. I have my own definition. The team has their own definition. Everybody has their own definition of, but what does it mean to you? What does it mean to have a talented mind?
I say to me, I say a talented mind would, let me think, a definition. Somebody that's, I don't know, that's a pretty hard question.
That's hard on the spot, ain't it? That's hard on the spot. I would say a talented mind is just someone able to, most of the time, someone able to process things at a different rate than like most people aren't. Someone able to see like that they have, that they're able to see something that other people aren't. Say you have a dream to do something, other people don't see that you're able to accomplish that dream, but you're able to see that you're able to accomplish that dream based on the goals that you set out. That's my definition of what a talented mind is.
Yeah. I think I'll say my definition of talented mind is just wanting to be great and just wanting to do all the things that you want to do, not what people want you to do, just what you want to do and the goals that you have. I would say that's talented mind.
Cool. Well, yeah, I mean, both of the definitions are they're good. I mean, essentially, they have. It's a word that we want to create for the new space, so new outlets and whatnot. So children, youth, athletes all over the world, we want to make sure that they have that talented mind to keep moving forward, be great, or find different outlets to continue to move forward, essentially. That's it though. But that's Talented Minds Media, Beyond the Finish Line with Montez and Jastin. Sports mental life, baby. That's what we all about. We're trying to teach kids the proactive way to treat their mental illnesses and mental barriers so they can be a better performer on the floor. And also help them get to a point that when there's no more sports, they do it, thrive, and be great in their own shoes, essentially. So that's what it is. Talented Minds, it's Jairusville.
Get your merch.
Get your merch. Talented Minds.